Thank you, gentlemen. We just saw some serious next-level strategies there in that last one, but it's time to move on to our fourth match of the evening. The next two to go mano a mano. First up on the blue side for Team Ice from China's LPL with the fastest win in yesterday's round of 32. Give me some noise for RooKie! And his opponent on the red side, also from Team Ice. We saw him shut down West Doors LeBlanc, and he's here to take down another Titan. Put it together for LeX! All right, gentlemen, let's have a good game. Keep it clean.
LeX and RooKie coming into this one stress, and LeX, you may think, oh, he's from the CIS region and nothing, and then took down Westor in the first round.
You'd be
now
wrong.
Going up against RooKie, who took down Meteos. This is going to be actually a really close match.
It will be. I think you have to ban out Lex's Kindred. We saw that yesterday in the game against Westor. Oh, RooKie and LeX, RooKie and LeX. RooKie had a good game yesterday as well. I mean, at this point, Team Ice as a whole, you're pretty happy. No way of losing this one. So, what is the strat here for RooKie and LeX? What do they go for? Does RooKie bring out anything a little bit different? What do we see? RooKie yesterday played that Callista. So I would expect to see both of them banned out here.
Yeah.
There goes Kindred.
There goes Kindred. There's one of them. So LeX as well, yeah, as an AD carry, will have maybe a slight advantage because we're basically seeing most AD carries, usually these long-range carries, in these 1v1s. Lulu will be the next ban out. Haven't seen too much Lulu actually being played, seen a lot of bans. Yeah. It's super strong because you just build AD and just keep auto-attacking them over and over again. It's so difficult, and the Whimsy turning them into a squirrel, it's just like, you can't do anything.
It's great. It's just like, oh, I have base shield health. Like, it's great. I can just shield myself. Doesn't matter whether I got AP, it's just a little bit more health goes on.
Yeah, it's like having an AD carry and a support in one champion.
And speaking of more AD carries, off we go. Quinn gone, Caitlyn gone. Not in this 1v1. Ooh, Corki gone as well. RooKie clearly saw Lex's performance in the 1v1. LeX, not the 1v1, the marksman mode. LeX didn't bring his Corki hat though. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would have given the game away. It's like, I
maybe
wonder
draw
what
the
I'm
ban,
playing.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love it. Just strats to bait the ban.
Oh man. Okay, so Lucian was the final ban, and Callista, is that locked in from RooKie?
From LeX, not from RooKie yet.
Yeah.
Now, oh, it actually is. The timers have gone. So, it is both.
Okay, it's a mirror.
It's a Callista mirror. This is the only matchup in which we have two champions and only four real usable abilities between them. Yeah. Since W and ult.
Together,
not
they have
great.
one champion.
Yeah, together you can combine them to just
Not
double
even in tandem yet.
It's great. Oh, I see what you did. I'm looking forward to tandem, actually. That's going to be such a fun game mode when it actually comes up. But, you know, in this matchup, again, it's going to be summoners. We've seen Exhaust doesn't do too well against Callista, but what happens if you're Callista against Callista and you both take Exhaust? Is it both as useless as each other, or does it suddenly actually become kind of a standoff of who exhausts, who rends first?
Yeah, it becomes this really interesting mind game because it's like, well, when are you going to rend, and then I need to exhaust it just before that, and yeah, it becomes really weird. So we'll have to see who picks up which summoner spell, and it looks like it is going to be an exhaust mirror as well. So we are going to see the mind games come. It's like, when are you going to rend? When are you going to rend? Coming into this one is going to be RooKie and LeX onto the Rift.
And the difference is Ignite against Barrier between the two of them. Both of them established the ward control. Both of them want to trade. Ooh, LeX. It was RooKie that rends first. LeX throws up the icon. And at this point, so I want to touch on the rune differences between the two because there are very minor differences here. It's RooKie has 3 extra AD. Whereas there is a lot more armor on LeX. LeX is at 32 armor to the 23 here, and LeX has extra attack speed. So in theory, LeX can send out more spears, deal a little more damage on the rend here, but RooKie is going to have slightly higher base damage on his autos. Callista, however, remember, scales are 0.9 of AD anyway, so you're already conceding a little of that.
Yeah, attack speed is usually a little more valuable. Already going for these auto attacks, a slight advantage to LeX, but the all-in comes in from RooKie. It's going to be the level 1 coming in here. One more auto, the barrier comes up, and it goes over to LeX!
LeX gets it! That right there is another example of a mirror matchup where the runes decide so much of this. Also, LeX holding his nerve.
Yeah.
Held the barrier for so long. You can see between these two, good spirits between the two of them. Let's take it up. This one ended so quick. Early exhaust was the problem here. LeX was so high health that he had so much time to hold his barrier. Pops the ignite down. Exhaust goes down onto RooKie. RooKie had no choice in that kind of situation. He pretty much lost it at the first exhaust.
Yeah, it all came down to the exhaust stress, all coming into that rend, and yeah, you basically took like a third of his health off. It was like so much damage. And LeX comes out, will continue to carry the banner for CIS.
That was a great 1v1. We had two really quick 1v1s, two really longer 1v1s, but that right there, LeX just knowing the matchup in that situation goes, okay, well, I got the barrier, I got the exhaust, and I just kind of survived through.
Yeah, not just the matchup, but also the exhaust matchup and knowing exactly when to exhaust. And as you mentioned, holding his nerve in that situation. RooKie just lost it. He was like, oh, exhaust, press all opponents.
I'm going in, boys, level 2.
It just didn't work out, so yeah.
That was... I mean, you gotta think if you're RooKie in that situation, you're like, I've got this, guys, I've got this. I'm gonna exhaust him. Oh wait, we're both Callista.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Oh, I need to stack up the rend first.
Yeah.
This is why Callista in the mid lane doesn't happen.
That's true. LeX had the Lance as an AD carry already.
I know, right? Marksman mode in action. Basically, we have 1v1 marksman mode as well. I don't know. I would have liked to have maybe seen RooKie try something like the Ziggs that we saw earlier. But I don't think it was the matchup that was the problem. I just think it was kind of going for the level 2, got very excited about it, try and get the kill.
I'm so torn on these types of games as well, because I'm like, I want to see a longer game with the mirror, but I also love to see the level 1 all in as well. But anyway, with another 4 contenders eliminated, let's check in with our analyst to update the bracket.
Thank you very much, Pulse. Indeed, I also love seeing it when they go totally all in, and there were some really nice plays actually in this one. I do want to bring up the replay of Clearlove over Karsa. That was the first one we had. Let's bring that up, because that was some good mechanics from a jungler coming out. Let's run out the clip.
I mean, it's a jungle matchup, obviously. I like what Clearlove did with their Ziggs here, just trying to push a wave early on, and then they're all in. And it's all about keeping the W here, wait for the mistake. He gets the relic, and he gets a tower shot now on Karsa. Just beautiful play by Clearlove, and he's been surprising. Yes, Bjergsen is in the next match here. The superfan won't be happy if Clearlove wins.
The superfan.
Yeah, and thinking about the Bjergsen matchup that happened with the mirror against Kira, that was actually really well played because the relic was going to spawn in 3 seconds, and the way that he dashed in is he dashed diagonal towards it, so no matter what, he's either forfeiting his life or he's forfeiting the relic, which forfeits pressure on the map. So I thought Bjergsen played that matchup incredibly well, and going up here against the victor of that, Clearlove, well, he's got his work cut out for him there.
I think in the matchup against Kira, Bjergsen played the minion game really, really well. He was like hitting once, then going towards his own minions, whereas Kira kept going for the trades and then took so much minion damage in the long run. And then once Bjergsen got the advantage, he went all in at the right time. And
yeah, I think the cues to the minion waves and how often he was landing those over Kira was a big factor.
So it's like pushing, trading, not going all in, minions. It's like back and forth. You have to.
Players just need to stop being so focused on I have to rush in and trade with a guy, because if you're the guy going aggressive, you'll always get more minion damage because obviously you're running through his minions. It's fine to wait. You can always just bait it out, clear the minions, then trade.
Well, let's take a look at Prey versus LeX, though, because that was also decided for, RooKie versus LeX, because that was Callista versus Callista, and they just ran in, though. Let's roll the clip out. Who wants to take this one?
Oh, this was actually really cool because it's a stack up here, and then it's Barrier versus Ignite. It's the difference, and then the Thunderlord. So he's holding it. Oh, so close to finishing him off there, but the Rend gets the Thunderlords as well and just takes him out. Just that whole nerves of steel being like, your Rend isn't going to kill me. Because he barriered. If he had not barriered afterwards, would have been dead, or if it had been one more stack, then he would have been dead as well.
RooKie was a little bit too quick on the trigger there. With a lot of things. Rend, he's exhaust, not the greatest player.
Well, we're always there and we're looking at, oh yeah, well that was so good of him, he held this, he didn't do this, but I mean, Niels, sometimes even in the actual game, you almost rely that much, I guess, on reaction speed in times that maybe you don't think in that moment, or what do you think happens?
I mean, I think RooKie actually uses his Rend while he was exhausted there. And also, I think that Barrier is better than Ignite in this kind of matchup, because Barrier actually takes more of damage as long as you get the full shield procced. So, yeah. Also, the Thunderlord is more valuable in a short trade, whereas the lifesteal one is better in the long terms. So, yeah.
Yeah, actually, a mechanic that I want to go over that you were talking about where you're always going to take the minion damage now, that's actually a change that we made to minions in the call for help mechanic, where it used to be the person who's being attacked sends off a radius of if they're around minions. So if you're zoning them off of their minions, they don't get help. But now the attacker also sends off something that makes the minions attack them, even if you're zoning the person. So that's why we're seeing it, even if the person's so far away from their own minion wave, they're getting attacked, that person who's attacking them in the minion wave is going to draw that aggro, which has been a recent change in the last few patches.
Yeah, it's been very important here in Howling League Biz, and I do love how we see the meta of 1 versus 1 evolving, and the pressure is on as it is. More than half of the competitors are knocked out already. So Clearlove, Bjergsen, Prey, and LeX will advance to tomorrow's quarterfinals. We'll find out who will be joining them later today for the lower half of the bracket. That also means that we already have an Ice and Fire and an Ice and Fire matchup in the quarterfinals. Clearlove, Bjergsen, Prey, LeX. So that pans out perfectly for us, at least very interesting. We are going to take a short break before we get to the second half of that 1 versus 1. And before that, we also have Europe's All-Stars as they line up for Team Ice and fight for regional pride against Team Fire's squad from the LMS. We'll look at the matchup right here in just 3.5.
Welcome back to the 2015 All-Star 1v1 Tournament!
Both Ignites go down. Koza tries to cut the vision. Incredibly low. Koza doesn't have the mana. He can't get it! Try and get some extra damage down. He really needs this relic. Oh! Knocks him out of range. As well.
You wanna play me Lucian 1v1?
If you will not ban, I will pick it.
Okay.
Okay.
Relics are going to be available. Jumps in, gets the barrier down. There comes the exhaust. Which Jonas will come out ahead? It's going to be Bjergsen in the 1v1. In comes the ultimate for one more minion, and the win goes to Prey. But the all-in comes in from RooKie. It's going to be the level 1 coming in here. One more auto, the barrier comes up, and it goes.